escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam show for Wednesday, May 21st. We're continuing on with NHL and NBA playoff action tonight, including the opening game of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks, and we'll also get it underway in the Western Conference Finals in the NHL between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. We've got big games tonight in our playoff action and a full slate of Major League Baseball, including half of a day of baseball action here in the afternoon. So we'll preview those games as well, and some WNBA tonight. Of course, a Europa League final here today. Probably one of the featured attractions for sure in our coverage with Manchester United taking on Tottenham here today for the Europa League final. That one goes at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific here on the West Coast. One game in League One, and there's also tonight U.S. Open Cup. If anybody checked out the action last night as the play opened in the U.S. Open Cup. All right, let me say hello to some folks, get the show started here. Thank you for joining me on a Wednesday. And play just getting underway. I got Danielle Collins to keep me company this morning, but she's up against Emma Raducanu here, and man, this is going to be a good match. Give me something to do here for the next 90 minutes while I talk to you guys, including Cash Kane here today to open it up and get it started. Sports Money is here. We didn't quite make it on the air last night. I think Mike and I decided, hey, it was just going to be us two, and nobody wanted to watch just us. So we'll be back here possibly later on this week, or do have our coverage now starting off here today on the Sports Money Network. We do have our golf video ready, up and available with the guys, previewing this week's action in the PGA, so check that out as well. That video was posted last night as we get ready for the coverage starting tomorrow here in the PGA, that the Charles Schwab Challenge this week. All right, let's see who else is here. Thank you, Mike. Robert McCormick's here today. Thank you, Bobby. Subhuman here today. He's got some plays for us in UFC tonight. Road to UFC. I guess that's our featured coverage here this week. Here, thank you, Sub, for that. Nuke Workers here today. Hey, everybody, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Sub's got his other plays here, Road to UFC. Thank you, Sub. Look at this underdog here today. All right, Damon's here, ready for more NBA action. We've got some steam rolling in here already. There's been quite a bit, actually. Here, Sports Money likes Man United in the big game today. Thank you, Sports Money. Actually, here, Man United favored in the game against Tottenham. And hit that like button, everybody. Sub here also. He's got Bruno Fernandes to score or get an assist today. Jerry Jones is here. He says the Thunder looked pretty good last night. And we got Joe W. in here today as well. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Subhuman says that road to UFC today at 7 a.m. Eastern. Was that right? 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Eastern there tomorrow. Okay, got it. So we'll be on the air. Okay, I got those times. Thank you, Subhuman. Wow. Overseas event, I guess, there. All right. And Fernando Mendoza is here today. Thank you, Fernando. All right, how about our action last night? Playoff action here yesterday in the NBA and NHL. We'll talk about it right now with the NBA action. The Oklahoma City Thunder blasted Minnesota 114-88. I didn't see it coming necessarily that way. Handed it down, a big victory there for OKC. It does go under there, but man, Randall went off in the first half to keep Minnesota in the game. I had Randall with the down arrow yesterday, so I didn't click at all with that one. We did have the under over as our high roller pick over at Tony's Picks, but we had Minnesota here on the show yesterday, but the Thunder with that big second half rally gets the win. OKC outscored Minnesota 70-40 there in the second half to crush them behind SGA 31 points despite that 2 of 13 shooting. He stuck with it. Anthony Edwards, 5 baskets only. He turned his ankle. He had to go to the locker room a little bit. Probably not a long-term thing, but he's already had some ankle issues here in the playoffs. Minnesota shot just 39%. And OKC took a 1-0 lead in the series in the Western Conference Finals here as play got underway there in the playoffs. So, Game 1 underway. We'll preview Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Series here tonight with the Pacers and the Knicks. All right. Let's see who else here. Philly Eagle Flyer rolling in here today. NYC Bar as well. Damon's here. He says OKC in 6 is what he likes. And the 9 Legacy says they just didn't have a good matchup for Randall. And I thought I saw it the other way, but man, I missed kind of on that one. All right, NHL action last night. Didn't see it also. Man, I had it the other way. I thought Carolina could do it at home with their style against Florida, but man, Florida looks much the best in the series in the Eastern Conference as Florida rocks 6-1 in the end. They told me I would already moved on by that time as the Panthers dominated round one, game one. Sergei Bobrovsky had 31 saves there. Florida scored 2 goals in 4 minutes in the first period to upset everybody's first period unders there. Panthers also had 2 power play goals to go up 1-0. But, Carolina still will be at home next game, but they're going to have to grab one here for sure. Otherwise, this series is going to be in big trouble. Florida was so dominant in this game. Really looked like they knew how to crack the defense system of the Carolina Hurricanes, especially the way they maneuvered the puck in there inside to get that first goal, especially the way Carolina's defense was talked about, the way I talked about them anyway, I guess. We'll talk Edmonton and Dallas as well. You got big-time scoring. You've got Draisaitl and McDavid up against Rantanen and Robertson there in the Western Conference tonight. All right. See who else came in. No one else came in. Let's review some baseball action here from the play on Tuesday. Take a look at some of the plays. Jerry says, don't forget what happened in the playoffs last year. All right, baseball action here from Tuesday. It felt like we're still pretty much rolling here. Can't get the early games right, but after that, we keep on crushing. It feels like Cubs and Miami there. Yesterday, Cubs rolled with Suzuki, grand slam, home run, and the Cubs, man, are they scoring some runs in this series against Miami, beating up on the Marlins there. 22 runs, I think, in 2 games. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, Bailey Falter, 7 innings, no runs, allowed just 4 hits there as the Bucks were able to knock off the Reds here for the win. We did have some winners here, though. Let's talk about them, as I had Washington on the show yesterday on the run line against the Braves. Dylan Cruz, the home run there, and I had a sports money premium pick winner on the under in that game between Atlanta and Washington. Also had a sports money premium pick winner, New York and Boston game to go under yesterday, as we saw Devers hit a home run yesterday, and they were able to get the win there. Mets lose. They fall to 29 and 20, but we did have a double winner there. Also, it was the Rays outlasting the Astros last night. Aranda had that 2-run hit that made the difference there. We did have a premium winner over at Tony's Picks with the Houston Tampa Bay game to go under. Also, Texas and yesterday in their game against the Yankees, Aaron Judge, a 2-run home run, Ben Rice, a home run as well. The Yankees got that win convincingly over Texas. You might have caught me on the happy hour there yesterday with a pick and winner on the under. Also, we had a winner here on the under yesterday with the Padres and the Blue Jays going under. Man, the Padres struggling here, and Dylan Cease also plenty of issues. Could the Padres? They better start winning, or Dylan Cease is going to find his way to another team here for the second half of the season. If the Padres fall out of this race a little bit, I don't want to say I'm giving up, but this little slump is not doing much for their confidence right now in such a tough division. We did have the winner there with Toronto over at Tony's there with a high roller premium. Also, another rain out there, Cleveland and Minnesota. They'll try to finally finish that game today, that game from Monday, and then play the regularly scheduled game after that. Seattle and White Sox yesterday. Adrian Hauser walked in off the street, bought a ticket, got the starting nod pitching, and threw 6 shutout innings. I guess you don't need spring training. You don't even need to have a team. You could be just a guy off the street there. We know Hauser's been around, and we did have the under over on the happy hour show yesterday, if you caught me there. Also, it was Baltimore-Milwaukee. We had the under here yesterday with the Orioles losing to the Brewers. We did have a premium pick there on the Brewers over at Tony's on that one. And we had the under here on the show yesterday as Sal Frelick, a 2-run home run for Milwaukee, and Baltimore continues their dismal slide. Yesterday, it was St. Louis over Detroit. There, Riley Green, 2-run home run in that one as Detroit continues to look sharp. However, it was, I believe, Detroit won it by a run, 5-4 there yesterday. Also, we had a winner here on the show with the Philadelphia Phillies minus 2.5, whatever it was. They got it done there, beating Colorado. Bryce Harper, 2-run double, and we did have another premium winner over at Tony's as well with the over in that game. Also, winner here on the show with San Francisco over Kansas City. Yeah, we had the Giants here. They led late and ended up going on for the victory last night in that game as the Giants won at 3-2. We also had a premium pick winner, sports money premium pick winner on the under yesterday. And also we had the Angels here on the show. They got it done again over the struggling Athletics as the Angels continue to look pretty sharp. Uh, as they continued to win in that series. We also had a sports money premium pick winner on the over in that game. 7-5 was the final, in case you missed it. And also, Arizona loses to the Dodgers 4-3. We did go with Arizona on the run line here yesterday on the show. So that's a look at Major League Baseball. See who else is rolling in. We'll start our previews for the show today here. And Fernando says, hey, Tottenham, they haven't lost to Man U yet this year. Nuke says the Canes had easy opponents, and now they've run into a juggernaut here. Oldie is here today. Thank you for coming in. I think that might be here. Grandpa Ernie is here today. Thank you for coming in here to the show. Good to have you. And Fernando here, and Spoons is here as well. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, everyone, I talked about some big winners here, and you can pick up my plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. I just talked about plenty of winners that I had last night, but how about some of the winners I've already had overnight here with the picks over at Winnable? Even the free picks are coming home today overnight. Hope you mixed it up with me a little bit as we swept our plays in NPB action with Yomiuri and Hanshin over, and we had the Oryx Buffaloes on the run line over the Chivalote Marines, also winners as well in the KBO with SSG Landers on the run line there in that one for a winner. And we also had some tennis winners already come in as well. I had RBA over Tiafo on the men's side. We also had BHM over Kruger on the women's side. So, and now we're in action here. I actually have gone against Collins here in this match, but I think we're on serve right now. Nothing much happening yet. But I did go with Emma. If you're looking to get live, the match is about tied, and it was very evenly rated. Danielle Collins was a slight favorite, and I gave out Emma, and it was a premium pick over there here with my tennis picks overnight. All right. And let's forgot my banner here for my picks there. Save the 20% when you use the promo code STEAM. There it is right there. That's what it looks like when you head on over there and support me here on the channel, here on the Sports Money Network. This is how you support me here coming back every day. It's only 56 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month. You get extra picks from me every day. Like I said, I sent out there yesterday a 6-pack of winners. I thought we did pretty well. We did drop that Cubs. We did drop the first two, but then we had that winner with the Braves under. We had that winner with the Red Sox under. We had that winner there also yesterday with the Angels and A's game going over. And we mentioned also the Royals game there against the Giants late with another under. So 4-2 with the premiums there yesterday. All right. Appreciate that, everybody. Thanks for listening to that. We'll get ready to go. We got so much action today. We really got to get this show on the road and get started with our Eastern Conference finals here with the Pacers taking on the Knicks. And the Knicks are favored here in this one by 4.5, and the total 224. Is that right? Is it down from a point here? Let's take a look at what we've got in game one. You probably, when the games get big, you don't need me to help you out, but I'll give a pick here, of course, and talk about the matchups here a little bit and maybe who I like in some of the matchups between Indiana and the Knicks here tonight. with the Knicks favored over the Pacers. You guys already mentioned it with the results, I believe, there from last year as well. But let's see how you guys are going to take this one down today with the Knicks favored. I'm already on the record, right, as saying that I like the Indiana Pacers in this series. So why not go with them here in game one? That's what I'm going to end up doing, taking these points with the Pacers. I do like them to outlast the Knicks in this series. I would think maybe I'm going to go with them in 6 games here. That's when they'll be back home in charge maybe here. If they could wrestle away game one in a straight up situation, but maybe I'll take the points here in this one, plus 4.5. You have a Pacers team that has covered 4 out of their last 5 games, including 6 of their last 7 on the road. The Knicks are fine as well. They've covered 1 and covered 5 of their last 7 games. Indiana's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but the Knicks have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home coming into this one. So what do you think of the matchup here with these two teams coming in? I would think it's certainly going to be a little bit of a hassle for Jalen Brunson here in this series against Halliburton, and I think Halliburton will be the key player in this series. It's easy to say when you're the star player for the most part, but I also mentioned Pascal Siakam here. Now, Anunoby could have a pretty good run in this one for the Knicks. Bridges certainly can light it up here as well in this matchup against Nembhard, but I would think it's going to be a little bit tough for the inside players here in this one. And, well, this total, man, this is the playoffs, isn't it? No one wants to play any defense in the playoffs here, with the total coming in at 224 currently. Man, that sounds like we're going to be up tempo. And we know that's how the Pacers want to play it necessarily, or do they? I would think you'd want to, keep it under that. They say this is a situation where, hey, game goes over, goes to Pacers, game goes under, goes to Knicks. I don't know if I'm about that in this one with these two, even though we know the Pacers have been a big-time over team. They're 21-9 to the over during the regular season as an underdog, and the Knicks did go 22-19 to the over at home during the regular season. Between these two teams, we saw big-time overs in the last meetings. Knicks won on the road 128-115 back on February 11th. They were favored by 2 points on the road. In that one, got the win and the cover. In the other matchup in Indiana, it was in November, 132-121. The Pacers got that win as a 3-point dog. The totals in all those games this season were in the 229 range. Well, the meeting back in February, the total was actually 242, and it went over by 1 point. 242, imagine that. The Knicks did win here in the Garden, 123-98 back in October in an early season matchup, as the Knicks took 2 of 3 games during the regular season between the teams. Let's go to the chat All-Stars right now and see what they have in the game between the Pacers and the Knicks. Good morning to Erwin Simmons here today. Nice to have you. Cash Kane is on the Pacers here. I think Fernando says Pacers. Here's Nuke on the Pacers. 9 Legacies on the Pacers here. Bobby Mack says got to take the over here. NYC Bar says New York gets the win in this one, and he likes them in 5, by the way. Hey guys, let me get some. I'm going to be covering a little bit of action here right now with college baseball steam. Look, we're already underway in the college baseball regional, college baseball conference tournaments today. In fact, Cal leads Wake Forest 4-0. That one just underway. Wow, Cal score. I don't be willing to take Wake Forest there live, but uh, let me just pass along some college baseball steam. We'll get you started early here with a game coming up at the top of the hour here with BYU and Arizona State. We're seeing this total get slammed right now to the under. It was as high as 11 and a half, over 25 or so, but seeing a steam move here come in, BYU and Arizona game total under 11 and a half. Now, the one thing I'm going to do here with these games is these are some. When I give out the steam here, if we get any more college baseball, you can beat these numbers a little bit if you like that side, or if you research, or you just want to tail the steam. You'll get the action here, but the steam to the under right now, BYU and Arizona State here, top of the hour. Also, the Mariners and the White Sox taking some steam to the under right now. Yesterday was 1-0 White Sox, believe it or not. You might know that. We just talked about the recap. I think we skipped that one because I didn't click in that game there. But nonetheless, steam to the under here with Seattle and the White Sox. And Smith is going for the White Sox, and he's been very, very solid. We know that. All right, and let's see here. Nate had Oklahoma, but he had the wrong play in hockey, I think he said there. And Nine Legacy says the Pacers have to get up and down. That's the only way they can get this done here, I think, is the way he feels about the baseball.
Final.
All right. And we're seeing some steam right now in the WNBA as well. Dallas and Minnesota game. Steam coming in on the over right now at 167.5, it looks like here. Up to 168 right now, or even 168.5. Steam to the over with the Wings and the Lynx tonight in the W. All right. Damon says, and he says, hit the one. Or maybe he's spamming. Or no, he says, spam the one. If you like the Pacers there, maybe we'll do a duck race. Just kidding. Don't put one. Only if you like the Pacers. Thank you, AOD, for being here as well. All right, let's get to the hockey right now in game one and talk about the Oilers taking on the Stars in this one. You got the Stars here favored, $1.25. It really should be a terrific series here. Dallas, for the first half of the season, they were an under team, but then they were an over team for sure in the second half of the season. Meanwhile, for the Oilers, we know how great they can be on offense here, but we'll see here going up against Ottinger and the Stars. The total is 6 shaded to the over. In fact, DraftKings is 6.5 under, like it's nobody's business here in this one. This is the playoffs after all, and we know that the Oilers, terrific offense. The Stars, we just mentioned some of their high-scoring talent here. And look, the last two meetings between these two teams did go over when they met back in March, 4-3. Stars won in Edmonton. Edmonton also won at home 5-4. Now, the game in Dallas was 4-1. In favor of the Stars. More of a controlled game, but that was back in October during the first week or so of the season there. So we'll see what you got tonight here in this one with Edmonton and Dallas here. I'm going under. I can't help myself. And man, we can maybe even get some 6.5 out there. I'd probably make sure I'm doing that here in the playoffs. I got to go with the under as my play here. Kind of like it as my premium, but tightly rated series here for sure. So let me go to the chat. I've got a little more college baseball here. I'm going to tell you about these real quick, like I said, because of the time factor. This one's at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Texas A&M is getting steamed right now in this one. They were a buck $1.25 or so. They're already $1.35 or $1.45. If you can get $1.25 on Texas A&M, you might want to do so. You could actually make some money off of this one. Texas A&M is my pick to win. I have a futures ticket on Texas A&M. They've been a huge disappointment in some of their games here recently, and has left me thinking that maybe they're not going to win. They still have the talent to do so, I would think here, but they have had some struggles. But they're a favorite today against Mississippi State here in that one. Now, I did have Mississippi State. Now, this game got postponed, but I did give out Mississippi State as a premium pick selection in this game on the run line back. It was scheduled on Tuesday. I'm still sticking by that. I'm just reporting to you the steam here in this one. But Texas A&M has been such a disappointment. I actually have Mississippi State on the run line as I sent out a premium pick back on early Tuesday, but this game got postponed into this time slot. So let me make it clear on that one. Hope that was okay, but the steam is in on Texas A&M. So, well, I could have got a better price here, it looks like, on Mississippi State, but I had to place that. They actually gave me a cancel and then reissued it, but I'm not going to get the best of the line there, that's for sure. Okay, let's cover some trends here in the hockey game today between Edmonton and Dallas here as well. Maybe you have your opinion already in this one. We know Edmonton so far, good playoff run here, certainly. Especially here, they're 4-2 on the road in the playoffs, but Dallas is 6-1 at home in the playoffs, 3-0 as a favorite there. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here with the trends in this one, but I'm ready for your plays as well. Here we go in the chat for our hockey game tonight. Nine Legacy likes the Oilers here in this one. Edmonton's won 8 of their last 9. Terrell says Ant Edwards disappeared there again, or he ends up blending in too much with the team. You know, yes, Baby Jordan. Yes. Well, I want to say Baby Jordan. Where were they talking about Harold Miner? Was that on the show yesterday with Mikey? I'm trying to remember. Oilers here for NYC VAR. And Cash Kane says Oilers and under. Nate says he still does expect a low-scoring game. And Nuke says Dallas lost that series there yesterday. Hello to Flea Mathis as well. And Nate says the Bulldogs are strong too in that game against A&M. Like I said, I have a futures ticket on A&M. I got a pretty good price, but they definitely had some issues for sure. Nuke says it game to go overtime at over 3-1. Looks like his play here. 5 straight meetings between these two teams in Dallas have gone under. Dallas has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall. They've won 6 straight games at home, but Edmonton's gone 4-1 on the road in their last 5 games overall. Dallas has won 5 of their last 7. So I'll take the under, though. Man, I can get that 6.5 right now at DraftKings, it looks like, at minus $1.22 there. But most books are right now at 6 over 20, it looks like right now. So enjoy the hockey game tonight as well. All right. We got Major League Baseball on tap with a lot of day games going on here, and we'll get those out here right now and take a look at the odds and our day games in Major League Baseball. Just looking at a little bit of, we're going to pass on that breaking news. But how about George Norm Wentz? Everybody like cheers. Norm passing away there. They've almost all passed away, it seems like. All right, let's go to the action now in the major leagues with day games here for sure. Reds taking on the Pirates. You got Brady Singer going up against Andrew Haney here. And, well, where are the runs? Well, so to speak. You could say that right now in this series. I know that the first game, was an 8-1 final. I do get that, but you do have Haney here who, look, he's pitched well for the Pirates, 3.02. ERA 210, batting average against 238. Babbitt coming into this one. Pittsburgh got the win yesterday, 1-0 over the Reds. They could only manage one run in the first game of the series. The Reds actually won it 7-1, but they'll come back here with Singer, 5 ERA. 242 batting average against and a 279. Babbitt coming into this one. So can you trust the Reds here on the road? If they could only get, they couldn't even score yesterday in that matchup. So that was, remember, Brady Falter going in that one, and Nick Martinez did come back with another good game, although they ended up losing in that one. Let's go ahead, chat, and get ready here with our Major League Baseball picks as well. Started off at 12:35 Eastern, 9:35 Pacific time here with the Reds taking on the Pirates. Listen to some of these numbers for these two teams, you guys coming in. I mean, you talk about some unders here with these two teams right now. Listen, right now, the Reds have gone under in 9 straight games. They've gone under in 9 of their last 10 on the road. Pittsburgh's gone under in 6 of their last 7. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under. The Pirates have gone under in 7 straight games. Now, the Reds were owning this series. They still are. They've won 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams, although the Reds had their 5-game winning streak snapped, and the Bucks snapped their losing streak. Still, the Bucks have lost 6 of their last 8 games coming into this one. So can the Reds? This is a real intriguing matchup here with the Reds. $1.25 on the road, and maybe a little bit lower right now. Some of the sharp books have moved to 120. I have 7.5 there, but it's definitely 7.5 over 20, or mostly 8 under 20 here, it looks like right now. So there we go. We'll update that line a little bit, and I'll take your plays in this one with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh still 11-22 as an underdog this season. The Reds are a 500 team, while the Pirates are playing under 300 ball, but probably have the better pitcher statistically here in Andrew Haney, and basically a 3 ERA, and Singer with a 5 ERA. They might be just numbers to you. Reds are 6-7 against left-handed pitching here. Let's see. Actually, they are 6-8 against left-handed pitching this season. Here come the plays from the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Philly Eagle Flyer says, and let me see. I want to see how this looks. We're going to try it real quick here, and let's see here the comments coming in on the screen. What do you think of this, you guys? I don't want you guys getting too crazy in there, but let me see how it goes here. We can still run them here a little bit on the screen, but I want to try this little feature on the StreamYard and see how it goes here. I think it's just too small to read. I'm sure on the bigger screens that you're watching, it may look okay. We'll experiment with this down there in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Okay. Let's see here. Spoon says I'm on the Reds. They get the day off tomorrow. Pittsburgh has to play tomorrow. The Reds already had some success off of Haney, and they are the better team for sure right now. But Pittsburgh got a win there yesterday. Here's Luis on Pittsburgh. Cash Gain says, why not just go under again? Every game goes under right now, so why not go under with these two? 9 Legacy says Pirates money line. NYC Bar likes the Pirates here as well. Philly Eagle Flyer says the game will be tied. Nate says this will be his favorite game of the day. It's an under. He says it's a 10 o'clock game. Well, I got it as I think, isn't it a 12:30 game, right? Or 11:30, 12:30 game there? But I know what he means here in the West Coast today. Tariq says give him the under here. That must be a team total there. All right, Tariq. There it is. Under 4.5 first 5 and Reds full game. And Fernando says take the Reds here. And Robert says he'll go over in this one. A little contrarian. Nate says it'll be 4-2 in favor of the Reds. All right. All right, I got to make the call here for me. Look, the Reds, I went with the Reds yesterday because they've had the best of this series a little bit, but man, they're clearly the better team here right now than Pittsburgh for sure. So feels a little bit awkward here in this matchup. See if we get a few more comments, and I'll make the call here between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try the Bucks here at even money or better today. I'm going to go with Haney as a better starter here in this one. Yeah, I'll take him. Man, Pittsburgh could win a series if they could win this game. I'll try them here today. They're not hitting. I know that. They are not hitting at all here for sure, but this will probably be a pretty low-scoring game, I would imagine. Give me Pittsburgh, though, in this one. All right? All right, here we go. Next up, going with the Cubs, taking on the Marlins here in this one. And the Cubs, why not take their team total over in this? But you do have Max Meyer, who's been an interesting prospect here for sure. I think the jury would say that Max Meyer does look very, very promising. His ERA has blown up here a little bit to 4.47 here right now, and a 1.3 whip, 259 batting average against, and a 328 BABIP for Horton here. It looks like the Cubs will be piecing together the pitching here a little bit in this one with Horton getting the start here. Cade Horton, does have a couple of wins so far this season in one start, but a 6 ERA and a 296 batting average against here. The Cubs look like a pretty big discount here. Now it says $1.25. It's actually gone up pretty high here. I'll call it $1.45 because it looks like the Cubs are mashing here a little bit in this series. Maybe the Marlins will grab this one, but the total here is a 9 under 20. Pretty much across the board here at this point. So there you go. We'll see what you got in this one with the Cubs and Miami. Now, look, these pitchers do have high ERAs, but you do still have two teams that are, they're kind of in the under category, it feels like, for the most part in this I want to say in this series. I mean, the Cubs have put up a massive number here. Both teams are massive overs so far this season. I'm just saying the Sharps seem to be putting the pressure on this one under here right now, and I kind of want to just go contrarian in this one and take the under, despite what these numbers say. Now, the Cubs are blasting here on these runs so far. They've scored 22 runs here in the first two games of this series, so maybe they'll rack up another big number here today against Max Meyer here in the Marlins. They are 16-11 to the over at home, 26-14 to the over as an underdog. Cubs are 17-11 to the over as a favorite, 13-9 to the over on the road. But I don't know, on getaway day, I kind of want to go under with these guys. in this game and think that maybe Meyer can have a start here and maybe try to keep these Cubs down a little bit. I'm not sure the Marlins will, even against Horton and the rest of this staff, I'm not sure the Marlins will have much for them here today. But let's go to the chat and see what you have. I don't want to bury these guys here without checking in with you guys and see the way that this is going to go today. Here we go with your picks in the chat. Cubs have won 6 of their last 8 games coming into this one. Miami, they were clicking at home a little bit, but Miami has still won 5 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams at home. Let me go to the chat, though, in this one, see what you got here. It's going to be Luis is on the over here in this one. Let me know what you guys think about that text there, running the comments there. I don't know. It just seems like, anybody could type in something crazy and it gets on screen. So I don't know. I'll probably dump it here a little bit because AOD loves this effing show. All right. 9 Legacy Cubs on the run line. And Fernando likes the Cubs also on the run line. Also, NYC Bar, Cubs, money line. Treat B says Marlins first 5, and then Cubs full game here in this one, huh? All right. I'm going to try the under. I'm going to look. I didn't. The first 2 games, I just got them all wrong yesterday, and well, maybe I'll do it today. Spoonzo is going over full game. I get it. He says Meyer does have the pitching advantage here. The Cubs have the bats. I think that is pretty good, pretty right on for sure. In this one, we know the Cubs have been not only the bats, but this offense is something else, aren't they? They're still averaging nearly 6 runs per game. Looks like Emma is just starting to grab the advantage. She already broke Collins here in the first set. So sorry, Danielle. There she is. Hi, Danielle. But I love you, but I did pick against you in this one. All right. And because Emma's been pretty stellar here this season, man, she's really made a nice comeback. All right, I'm gonna take the under, just a little bit contrarian here. I think in this one, I think the numbers would point to the over for sure with the Cubs and those bats. Man, they're really, really racking here. But I want Meyer here to kind of come up with a big effort. All right. Yep. And Emma has closed out the first set there. It looks like 6-4. All right. Here we go with the Astros taking on the Rays here today with Houston $1.50 here. Man, some of these moved since I typed them in last night. Maybe we can call this $1.45, but we can't get much lower than that. And the total here is still 8.5, maybe even shaded to the over a little bit in this one, despite what we've seen in this series from the Astros. I don't know. You saw yesterday, right? We had the under in that one for our Tony's Picks premium there yesterday, as the Rays got the win there, 3-2 in walk-off fashion there in the bottom of the 9th inning. In fact, the Astros led 2-0 until the 8th inning when the Rays picked up a run in the 8th and then 2 more in the 9th to get that win, or 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th to get that win over Houston in a low for sure in that game. So what do you have here when you got Hunter Brown, one of the best things going for sure? 1.43 ERA, 0.82, the whip coming in, 170 batting average against. Statistically, Brown is one of the best pitchers in the game right now. 6-2 record here. Taj Bradley, 4.8 ERA, but a 2.46 batting average against. The Rays are 5-4 with Bradley on the mound. He's 5-2 to the over here this season. But man, this feels like another pretty good pitching matchup here, doesn't it? With Brown and Bradley going in the total at 8.5. Still feels like there's some value there if you like the over. But let's see what you have in this one actually between the Astros and the Rays. I only speak of it this way because the Astros have gone under in 8 of their last 10 games here overall. And the Rays have gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall. Coming into this one, Houston's won 4 out of the last 5 meetings over Tampa Bay. But man, look, 7 straight meetings between these two teams at Tampa have gone under. Now, we know that they're in a different stadium here, but maybe you could look at it as just the way the teams have been going. It's 8 straight between the teams under, including some back in Houston as well. Tampa's gone under in 5 straight games at home. And Houston's gone under in a bunch of games. It's all unders, believe me. Trust me. Also, Houston here, 9-13 to the under on the road. Tampa, 11-17 to the under at home. And Brown is 3-5 to the under. Like I said, Bradley is an over pitcher, though, so far this season. Probably a few too many walks by Bradley so far. So let me get your pick in this one. Look, I'm going to just take Houston now at this increased price. I'm taking a favorite here, but Houston feels like they have the upper hand, even though they lost the game there late. It was close, and maybe this isn't the best price for Houston here, but I'm going to take him. Houston is still a couple games over 500, and these two teams have combined 36-55 to the under this season. Let's go to the chat and take a look at Houston and Tampa Bay here, and let's see. 9 Legacy says Tampa Bay Rays first half plus a half and full game plus 1.5. Fernando under, Luis under. Tariq is on the Astros here. Spoon says, got those winds blowing out with high temperatures. He's got the ball flying all over the yard here in this one with Brown and Bradley. Throw out the stats for Brown. He might give up some runs, says Spoons here. And NYC Bar says, take Houston on the run line here. Lay it. There you go. And Jerry says Brown, he's got him as one of the best pitchers in baseball here. And look, you want to talk, Tampa, they're still 11-17 to the under at home, but the conditions here heating up in Florida. All right. Robert says he likes Houston on the run line with Brown in this one. All right. Man, these are some good day games today. Pardon me. Here we go with the next one up. Yeah, it's going to be the Orioles taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. Pardon me, gang. With the Brewers favored $1.25, it looks like right now. Here, $1.20. The square books, maybe $1.25 total. 8.5 under here. We see, it's either 8.5 under 25 or more likely, I'll call it 8.5 under 25. But we're starting to see some 8 overs out there as well. So clearly a move to the under here with Baltimore and Milwaukee. I think here, when you look at the trends anyway, it's these two pitchers. They are a combined 3-13 to the under so far, with Sugano 3.08 ERA, 102 the whip, 226 BABIP. This one, Chad Patrick, 10 appearances, 9 starts, 3.35 ERA. He's 1-7 to the under. A whip of 1.28 and a BABIP up 303. He says that maybe he's not as solid as some of the numbers indicate here, but man, Milwaukee has dominated Baltimore in this series overall. Milwaukee's won 13 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams. Baltimore's lost 8 straight coming into this one. They're just 2-9 on the road, their last 11 games overall. Milwaukee's gone under in 9 of their last 11 games, including 4 of their last 5 at home. Orioles have been trending over for the most part, but they have also been trending losing here. Milwaukee won game 1, 5-4. Milwaukee won game 2, 5-2. And yes, Sugano, the 3-time Central League MVP here. Solid numbers. I think Baltimore got what they were looking for in a guy like Sugano, but Patrick here, just 2-4. Brewers are 4-5 with him, but I think everybody agrees Patrick's been pretty good so far this season. So let's go to the chat here right now and see what you have, though, in this one with the Brewers here. I'll call it $1.25 here because I'm going with the Brewers in this one again over the Orioles. It does seem like the Orioles slumping big time right now. They're being exploited here. That even a Milwaukee team that we've seen some of our Milwaukee correspondents say, "Wait, we're pretty down on this team." Maybe not against the Orioles, right? Let's go to the chat, shall we, and take a look with Philly Eagle Flyer likes the Rays there, plus $1.60 a little bit. It's picking up some, I don't know, what does that mean? It's got some distillates going. Jerry here says Houston over. Oh, and back in that game there. Thank you, Jerry. Here's NYC Bar on the Brewers on the money line. And Jerry says Brown to go over, not Houston. Okay, thank you, Chair. Tariq Brewers, first 5. Philly Eagle Flyer says the White Sox will be tied today after 2 innings. We'll get to that game here momentarily. Jerry says first 5 under. 9 Legacy likes the under, but Luis likes the over here. And Fernando might be leaning to the first 5 under in this one. But I've got the Brewers today. Next up, Tigers and the Cardinals with Andre Palante on the mound here. $1.15 here, total 8.5. I'll put an over 15 on that one. I think we've seen this one just peeking a little bit over. And we got Herder here, the left-handed starter going here for the Tigers in this one. And see what we got here with Brant Herder going in this one today. And I think for the most part, I believe he is an opener. I want to say in this game for Flaherty, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at this. Because they're dealing right now, Detroit dealing with some issues, right? We heard that we saw Reese Olson is hitting the disabled list, but it's a finger injury. So, Flaherty moves to Thursday here. So this will be a bullpen game with Herder starting in this one, the left-hander. It'll be his first time ever facing the Cardinals here, but look, Herder has looked pretty good out there, and so far, I don't know if I have. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. 2.35 ERA and a 0.95 WHIP. But again, just a bullpen game here. Get him going as long as he can. Palante 4-2. He's got that 4.11 ERA coming in, but back-to-back wins. He allowed just 2 runs over 7 hits in his last start against the Royals in 7 innings. So even with the modest success that Palante has had so far over the last couple of seasons here in his career, that was one of his best games for sure. So game 1, Cardinals dominated 11-4. The Tigers bounced back in game 2, 5-4. It's been a pretty even series. Arenado kind of broke out of that slump with that 2-run home run, and Ivan Herrera's been hot as well. Man, he's hitting over 400 now already. So we'll see what happens in this one with the bullpen game here. The Tigers hope their bullpen can hold in this one, and Palante can keep rolling here. Maybe it will be an under with these two, but both teams trend over. Detroit 25 and 20 or 25 and 19 to the over so far this season. Cardinals 26 and 21 to the over. Both teams averaging close to 5 runs per game here in the setting. Tigers on the road and Cardinals at home. Cardinals are 16 and 7 at home so far this season. Tigers are 17 and 9 to the over on the road. The Cardinals are 13 and 9 to the over at home. Let's go to the chat here in this one when the Cardinals take on the Tigers here today. Detroit's won 9 of the last 13 meetings between the two, but like I said, Cardinals, we know how hot they've been. It's actually 13 and 3 in the last 16 games, and well, Detroit, they're 6 and 2 in the last 8. Don't forget how hot they've been. Let's go to the chat. All right. Tariq is on the Cardinals here. Philly Eagle Flyer says it'll be tied after the second inning. Robert's got the over here, 8.5. Fernando leaning to the under. I'm taking the St. Louis Cardinals. I know a lot of people are down on Palante here, but coming off of 2 solid starts, and Detroit, look, I'd rather see one of their look, they're strategizing here. I think they're going to give Flaherty. They got to work the spot in because of Olsen's injury, so they're going to miss that spot. So I get it here, but that means Detroit is a little bit behind in their pitching, right? They're maneuvering it a little bit to kind of make up for losing Olsen here for a couple of weeks for sure. So I think that does put the advantage a little bit in the Cardinals' court with Palante pitching, and there's no doubt. I mean, it's not like what we saw. Look, Palante's had okay numbers. I know people were doubting him early on when he was in there starting so many games last season. The Cardinals weren't that good. We know that. But all of a sudden, we got to wonder if this Cardinal team, I don't want to say for real, but this streak has been real enough to think that they've got a pretty good team, a pretty okay lineup for sure with this offense. So nobody's saying fluke or anything like that. I don't think with the Cardinals. We want the Cardinals to be good every year, right? These are the Cardinals after all. And that's it from you guys in the chat. Thank you with that one. Let's move on here and get to that one just mentioned here in the chat a few moments ago with the Mariners on the road with Evans here. Look, they're a big favorite. I get that. $1.55 total. I believe it's gone up to 8.5. Let me take a look here. No, we'll still call it 8 over 15. Remember that widely reported steam did come in here on the under. So you do have Evans here too with some pretty solid numbers here right now. I believe a 4.71 ERA. I'll say solid, but just he's 2-1 record here. Maybe he's a weak link so far, Logan Evans for Seattle, but 1.52 the whip. I thought let me see what his last start was. Of course, the White Sox did win yesterday, 1-0. You got no doubt the best pitcher on the team. Man, these White Sox, they have these pitchers, right? But they can't seem to figure any of this out. Shane Smith, 2.05 ERA, 1.14 whip, 43 strikeouts so far, 217 batting average against. Shane Smith is statistically one of the best pitchers in the American League, if not in all of baseball, with a 2.05 ERA in 9 starts, right? It's pretty damn good. The White Sox are 1-8 in those 9 starts, so no run support. Of course, they don't have run support for anybody. It'd be nice to give this guy some run support. He's 1-3 overall. Don't get me wrong, but they're 1-8 with him on the mound. That's not a reflection of him at all. First two games here, Seattle won 5-1. Yesterday we said 1-0. Let's go to the chat here in this one with, you know what? Seattle, you're getting them at $1.50 here. Maybe that is low enough, even against Evans here. White Sox have lost 5 of their last 6. They've lost 4 of 5 at home to the Mariners here. Seattle won 4 of their last 5. Now, Seattle's gone under in 7 straight games. The White Sox have gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home. Seattle's gone under in 5 straight. On the road here, they are 15-10 to the over as a favorite. That's fair to mention, but right now the two teams trending under here big time in this series. Also, a couple of unders here to open the series here. Let's see how you want to play it, if you at all, right, with the White Sox. But Danielle's winning this set for sure right now on Emma. We're going to end up going to a third set unless there's a collapse. I think she's already broken her here. All right, let me see here. We got Jerry Davis is on. NYC Bar had a playback here. I want to say Cardinals there. Okay, Jerry says White Sox first 5 here. Spoon says take Seattle here. Says the White Sox bullpen got taxed out a little bit trying to hang on for that victory last night, but does like the Mariners here. And I'm on with Spoons here. Give me the Mariners as another favorite here. I'll lay some chalk here. I'll just lay a bunch of chalk, hope it all wins, and say, see, I told you so. No disrespect to Spoons. We know we're laying a again, $1.50 with Seattle on the road against White Sox. Wipe out the pitching, right? Don't look at the pitching and see and go, hey, $1.50 here. Wow. And Jerry says, don't forget the rain. Today, Ramon, check the weather. Who can stand the rain here? Text says it's raining here in New York. Robert likes the under in this one, and why not with these two, right? You got to figure. Seattle, yeah, we know this offense is great, but they were held to 1 run yesterday, and they're going up against a pretty fine pitcher here. I'd say that. All right. All right, that might. Oh, I was checking the weather. Here in our afternoon games, it's not like we got to wait all night for some Major League Baseball here on a Wednesday. And right now, winds 10 to 12 miles an hour out to right field. Looks actually clear. It is raining here currently, or it's about to rain anyway. If you're in Chicago, let me know. But rain this morning, clearing here. Overcast at all game, overcast, but not much chance of rain anyway there is what AccuWeather's saying. But let me know how you guys got it. Text Jerry said it maybe doesn't go. All right, let's move on. We got more daytime action here with the Guardians taking on the Twins here in this one, and another pretty good matchup here. Boy, these Central Division teams are good, aren't they? Minnesota had their winning streak snapped last time out as Twins lost here. Now, let me. Okay, remember these two will play here, I believe, at 1:10 Eastern, 10:10 Pacific. They will conclude that suspended game from way back on Monday. Technically, neither of these teams have had a result in 3 days here, so it's not necessarily a total doubleheader. That other game was in the bottom of the 3rd, I think it was, or top of the 4th, between Cleveland and Minnesota. So they're going to resume that game, and then this will be the regularly scheduled game. Right now it is scheduled for 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, probably 20 minutes or so after that first game whenever it ends. I don't think they'll start any earlier than 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Got Minnesota $1.15 here right now, and the total though is definitely lower than this. I'll say it's probably 7 over 20 here. Maybe I can call the Twins $1.20. The square books are $1.20. And we'll call the total 7/20 here in this one because I like the under, and I'll just give. I'm going to give it out right now and tell you it's at 7. There we go, 7/20 here in this one right now. So look, Gavin Williams going here in this one for the guards. Williams comes in here. Let me make sure it's Williams, right? Yeah, Gavin Williams here. So Gavin Williams going in this one for the Guardians comes in here with a 4.29 ERA, 3-2 record against the Cowboy. Chris Paddock here, and Paddock's had some decent numbers here for sure. Of late, it feels like 4.05 ERA and a 2-3 record so far. So. Again, you're gonna have to. You got the second game. I'm going under no matter what in this second game here. I say second game, regularly scheduled game here, and let's see here. And Grandpa Ernie says, "Go Cubs, go Brewers." Thank you, Ernie, for being here today. Cash Kane, I think these are unders. It might be in this game. It might be in the White Sox game, actually. Here's NYC Bar on Cleveland. Tariq says, will this one go? Will they have a third straight? They've already pushed back the missed game, the one missed game that they did have there to a doubleheader in September. Now, what I expect to happen is I think they will be able to complete the first game, and then it'll be up to them whether they can even start the second game. The weather will be clear, I do believe, or overcast anyway, but by the middle of the game, it is expected to pour pretty solidly there. I think they're saying 67 to 72% chance of rain by almost mid-game or so, and then there will be clearing. It is Wednesday after all, and it is getaway day here, so I don't know how long they can hang out for this one, but it is expected to be clear and sunny by 7 p.m. I say sunny, but clear skies by 7 p.m. There, so we'll see. Maybe they can get as much in as they can here with these two. I'm sure they'll try. They've already lost one game and have a doubleheader in September. So I'm taking the under in game 2. All right, what's going on here with the Royals? Is this the right pitching matchup here for the Royals in this one? Let me see here. Or is it Bolin or is it Cole Ragans here, or is it Lynch? Is it a bullpen game? All right, I better change it here. I know it's Lynch. Going up against Logan Webb here in this one. You got the Giants, a $2 favorite, 7.5 under here. Okay, I get it. I mean, the Giants maybe have a distinct advantage with Logan Webb going in this one, but I don't know. I mean, the Royals are playing great. Come on. And if they at least have some guys who have been in there before, like Lynch, let me see what the plans are for these guys today. It looks like, that's going to be a bullpen or a bulk game for sure. In a matchup like this, it feels like. Now, that's going to probably give the advantage here to the Giants, of course. $2 favorite. I get that. Lynch doesn't really stretch out. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Royals and the Giants today. I'm just going to peek here a little bit at the Royals' upcoming pitching plans, and maybe that'll help me settle my mind as to how they're going to go about this tomorrow. let's see here for the Royals. It'll be, they're off tomorrow. Okay, that's good news for them, right? So they can kind of work that full bullpen, it feels like here. Now, they did have some work in there yesterday. I had Bolin out there, but he threw 14 pitches yesterday. So you're going to have, I would imagine, though, still, whether or not that he goes, Clark could go in there. Cruz pitched yesterday, Zerpa pitched yesterday, but you do have Schreiber here to go after Lynch there. So we'll see. We're going to see the bulk of the bullpen here in this one for sure. I just can't maybe go against this price, even with Webb, 2.42 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, but a 3.23 BABIP is nothing special, it feels like, for Webb here at this point. He's great. We know that, but the Royals are, still playing some great ball right now. They have nearly as good of a record here. It doesn't feel like they should be $170 or anything like that. Giants did get the win yesterday, 3-2. Game 1 was Royals, 3-1. So, a lot of unders here with these two, but let's see what you think in this one. Maybe they could get to this Kansas City bullpen a little bit. It's not a final. Their numbers have been, pretty great. 3.14 ERA in the bullpen. Kansas City and San Francisco, two of the best bullpens in the league here. Oh, this one's perplexing. Kansas City's gone under in 6 of their last 7 coming in. The Giants have gone under in 4 of their last 5. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Giants have won 8 of 11 at home. Meanwhile, the Royals have lost 5 of their last 7 games coming in. Remember, they had a little 2-game win streak and then lost yesterday. All right, chat, let's do it. Let's see what you got here. If anything, in this one, Kansas City and the Giants. Kansas City team total under for Jerry. Luis is on the under. And Jerry says, Lynch did throw on Monday. He did get a hold in that one, 10 pitches. Through 10 pitches. I don't know how taxing that's going to be 2 days ago. Giants and Mariners parlay for Tariq. 9 Legacy says Giants first 5, Giants full game. I think I'm going to take the Royals on the run line here. Still feels like we got a pretty decent Royals team. They're minus $1.20 here. I just think the price is a little bit too high, even for Logan Webb. Give me the Royals on the run line here at minus $1.25 or so. All right. Johnny Walker says San Francisco run line in the first 5. And Robert says take the Royals there plus a run and a half. And Philly Eagle Flyer says the game will be tied after 2 innings. All right, next up, we're in the night card now with the Braves taking on the Nationals here with Smith Shawver here going in this one for AJ. Comes in here with a 2 point. Let me get this. Get these numbers right. 2.33 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 218 batting average against. I'm trying to see the scores of the tennis match there, you guys. 283 BABIP, but that low batting average against here. He's up against Trevor Williams, 5.91 ERA, 308 batting average against, a 358 BABIP here. Atlanta's actually up to $1.62 here right now at some books. Here, DraftKings, $1.62. Total 8.5 here in this one. The Nationals have won 4 straight games coming in. Braves, look, couldn't get the win yesterday against these guys. Lost eventually 5-3. They did grab the first one 5-2. But hey, the Nationals, they got some bats heating up. They actually are averaging 4.3 runs per game. It's been the bullpen, we know, that always blows up for the Nationals here. They got a National League worst 6.41 bullpen ERA. So this is kind of the problem here right now. And hey, AJ Smith-Shawver, pretty strong numbers, of course, coming in. You got an Atlanta team right now, clearly getting healthy, getting all their pitching healthy, it feels like right now, and ready to make their move, I guess. But still, Atlanta's lost 5 of their last 6 games here in Washington overall. The Nats have won 5 of their last 6. Now, they've only won 1 of their last 6 at home, but they were winning some games on the road last week, remember, beating up on Baltimore. No big deal. Baltimore's playing terrible, but Atlanta's gone under in 15 of their last 20. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 on the road. Washington's gone under in 7 of their last 10. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under, although Washington is 13-10 to the over at home. Still, they're 2-7-1 to the under in their last 10 games overall, and so are the Braves. So what to do here in this one between Atlanta and Washington. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here with me. Nationals, that's what I'm taking right there. Give me the Nationals. Cash Kane, I'm going with Cash Kane here. Nationals on the run line. Yeah, they're minus $1.30 or so on the run line, but I'm going to take them here. Luis is on the Nats. NYC Bar says take the Braves on the run line with Smith-Shawver, certainly his solid numbers. Braves are 15-21 as a run line favorite. Nationals are 23-19 as a run line underdog. Tariq B says go over with these two. All right. Remember when they used to hyphenate last names? That was before the pandemic. All right. I make myself laugh. All right. Tyler McGill and the New York Mets taking on the Red Sox and Garrett Crochet. Crochet here, going to be a favorite here. Red Sox have won the first 2 games of this series. I've won the first 2 games of this series, pretty sure. Crochet here, $1.45 for the most part. And the total, 8 under 15. We'll see some 7.5. So, I mean, this one's definitely moving lower here today. I'll call it 8 under 20 because we're seeing a definite move here, it feels like, to the under here in this one with the Mets and Boston. I'm pretty sure I like Boston in this game, even at this price. Crochet, real strong numbers here coming in. We know that so far for Crochet, an ERA of 2. A 1.0 whip, 201 batting average against, 10 starts. They're 6-4 with Crochet on the mound. He's 4-3 overall, 3-7 to the under with Crochet on the mound. The Mets, they are 1-12 to the under as an underdog. How about it? They're clearly an underdog here. So, they average 4.3 runs per game, and they allow just 3.3 runs per game right now, but still Boston has gotten the first 2 wins. Mets looking to salvage one here in this series, but I'm going to take Boston here even at this price. Maybe the price would actually get you to the Mets here, but I'm not after what I saw in the first 2 games of the series. Feels like the Mets are a little bit lost here this week. Final scores so far 3-1 and 3-2, or no, 3-1 and 2-0 in last night's game. It was 2-0. Remember, Boston got those back-to-back home run. I think they were back-to-back there in the 5th inning for the only 2 runs of the game. Trying to think now. I know Devers hit the second one. Who hit the Narvaez? Narvaez hit the first one, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox here as a favorite on the morning steam show. All right, if that's okay with you guys, there'll be some chalk here for me on getaway day. All right. Let's see here. Let me go to the chat. That's what I'll do. What do we do on this show again? All right. We've got Drake maybe on the over here. Nine Legacy took the Nationals. Here we go. NYC Bar likes the Mets. Here's Mets. Let me see what Nine Legacy says. Mets. Take Crochet. Let me go. Here's the cash game. Red Sox first five. Bobby Mack on the under here. Tariq says, I'm going to try the Mets. Gorky's here today. Likes Man U in the big Euro in the Europa League final today. Thank you to Gorky for that play with Manchester United to win in regular time. Philly Eagle Flyer says, tied after 2 in this one. Gorky also Pacers money line tonight on the road. How about it for Gorky? Luis is on the Mets here, and Jerry says he likes Boston in this one. Lay a run and also go under. Gorky says he's going to take that Stars money line parlay. He's got it with OKC. Oh no, that was he's got the Stars money line parlay after the win by OKC. Thanks, Gorky. Appreciate it. All right, I'm cruising along here, trying to get this show through. Rangers and Yankees here with Jake DeGrom. Oh, man, Jake DeGrom. If they started the season in May here, he'd be the best pitcher in baseball. It feels like all of a sudden he's shaking off that slow start. He's got his ERA down at 2.29 already. He's 4-1. Texas is 6-3 with DeGrom. Here, he's the guy that they've been winning with. Texas is 15-33 to the under so far this season, averaging just 3.4 runs per game. But Jake DeGrom, man, talk about hot here, right? Really looking strong, and going up against the Yankees has to be good enough motivation, I'm sure, for Jake here. Now, the Yankees do go with Yarborough. We know Yarborough is one of the best openers out there here, so the left-handers made 2 starts so far, 10 appearances, 3.7 ERA. I don't mean best openers this year, but we know how many times he's been an opener in his career, especially with the years with the Rays. He's almost like one of the OG openers, it feels like, if you know what I mean. 233 batting average against, 254 BABIP, and a 1.2 whip for Yarborough. Now, the Yankees are currently favored, right? $1.15, so they're still favored in this one. Texas has struggled as an underdog, 7-17 so far. Not a great roll for them, but you have the Jake factor. So what's going to happen here? In this one, Texas and the Yankees. So, man, this one could be a quickie. Look at some of the numbers with these two. Texas comes in having won 7 of their last 10 games overall. Yankees have won 4 of their last 5. Yankees are 5-1 their last 6 games at home. Yankees have won 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two, including yesterday's 5-2 win there over the Rangers. Yankees got the win there. They led 5-0. The Rangers got 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning, so it was a strong pitching performance yesterday for the Yankees. Warren went 5 2/3 innings, struck out 10 in that game yesterday. Real strong performance for Warren. Did follow it up with 4 other relievers in that game, and got that win over Texas yesterday. Yankees have gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings with Texas. That wasn't under yesterday. Yankees have gone under in 5 of their last 6. Mentioned Texas and all those unders. I mean, they're the biggest under in the league. Although I will say, even though, like I said, Texas 15-33 to the under, they are 9-12 to the under on the road. Now I know that's an under trend still, but at home, they're 6-21 to the under. So on the road, they're having a few more overs anyway. But Jake DeGrom's pitching. Let's go to the chat. This one's an interesting one. It feels like let me take a look here. Want to make sure that is it 7.5 over 15. I think that's what I said, right? Yeah, clearly still 7.5 over 15. Let's go to the chat here. In this one, this is the toughest game, I think. All right. Rangers for NYC Bar. Cash Kane, Rangers. Tariq, Rangers first 5. Robert McCormick, Rangers. Everybody loves Jake. Everyone loves Jake. He's mowing them down right now. Luis is on the under here. Here's Rocky, Rangers, Rockies, Mets, and a money line parlay. Fernando says, take the Yankees. I'm taking the under in this one. You know that. Give me the under in the Rangers and the Yankees today for sure. It feels like it's a freemium to me. Maybe with the 7.5 under here. I'm going to go under, though. It feels like a premium, but I'm going to use it right here on the show. Give me the under with the Rangers and the Yankees. All right. All right, next up's my Padres, and man, they can't hit. They're struggling right now, and they're in a place where they often have had some problems. They actually played well there last year, I think, in Toronto, but obviously here so far, Padres are kind of whiffing here yesterday. They got shut out in the game 3-0. Here, they couldn't muster anything. The Padres are in a hitting slump right now for sure. Blue Jays, $1.50. And the total here, it's even up to $1.55, $1.60. Total 8.5 over 20. Also seeing some 9 unders out there right now for the Padres here with Randy Vasquez. 3.45 ERA, 2.55 BABIP. The numbers are okay for Vasquez, it feels like. He's 2-7 to the under so far this season for Kevin Gausman here, 4.59 ERA, but a 105 whip and 226 batting average against. Good numbers, it feels like, here for the most part for Gausman, even though he is 3-4 and the Jays are 4-5 with Gausman. High ERA, but I think the metrics look a little bit better than that for Gausman coming in. Padres here now have lost 4 out of the last 5 meetings against Toronto and 4 out of their last 5 games overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under, although 6 of the last 9 here between the two and Toronto have gone over. I don't think that means much. Padres have gone under in 5 straight. That's what that means. Toronto's been an over here of late, but man, these Padres are slumping here. Padres 7-12 as an underdog so far this season. You don't see them this big of an underdog here too much, but they are here today against these Blue Jays that are a game under 500 coming in. So I'm not feeling it right now with Padres, but let's go to the chat. Not much from you guys here with Luis is on the Jays here in this one. Fernando's leaning with the Jays. Says, what's going on with the Padres? You got Merrill struggling. You've got Manny struggling as well here. And it feels like a great price to take the Padres, actually, because they're still a pretty good team with a pretty good offense. Here's Gorky. He's got the Reds and the Giants here tonight. It's his 2 plays on the money line. Maybe a little money line parlay there, possibly. All right. I guess I got to make my call here in this one with the Padres. I can't, it's that old fan in me that says they're not going to. The handicapper says Padres, right? I mean, come on, $1.30. Yeah, they're slumping, but these bats could work out. Maybe they can work Gausman a little bit, it feels like. But, man, they're just not hitting right now for sure. So All right, but the price is just so high. The rent is too damn high, it feels like. All right. I'm going to try the over in this one with Padres and the Blue Jays today. Maybe I'm throwing up my hands a little bit here because, like I said, I think some of the numbers still indicate that it could be an under with Padres slumping bats here right now. But I'm going to go over in this one with the Padres and the Blue Jays. All right. Is it still 8.5 over 20? And there's even some nines out there. That could be an indicator that we could get some runs. I know the public is big on the over here in this one. Hey, Gorky's going to bring us some action here. Panathinaikos and Olympiacos here today. Thank you to Gorky. All right, next up, Phillies and the Rockies here with the Phillies. Taiwan Walker getting the start for Walker here, and the hot Phillies coming in. They've been beating up on the Rockies here this week. 7-4 yesterday, 9-3 in the opener. That's 16-7 the last two games. It's been too easy, is what it feels like here, right? And you do have Walker here making his start, number 7. He's 1-3 with a 2.62 ERA, 220 batting average against. He's up against this rookie here, Palmquist, who got racked pretty hard in his first start. Look, these are too easy right now. I know. Yes, we don't want to lay big numbers on the road. We don't want to lay favorites with run lines or whatever, but it just seems like every time the Phillies hit the ball, they're sending it out there in that thin air, and it has a chance to reach the power alleys a little bit, and has a chance to reach the wall here. And why not take the Phillies again? I mean, I look, $1.50 on the run line almost seems like a discount, and hey, I'm just going to take it where I can here. Pick up these small pots, maybe. I'm going to take the Phillies again. Probably not even going to read off any of the trends here. Until they're down. The Rockies are down 25 and a third units already this season. They're allowing 6.5 runs per game. Look, Walker has been solid here for sure. Yes, I don't know, maybe not. I say maybe not their best starter here and whatnot, but they're bringing him back here into the rotation. They actually had him coming out of the bullpen there for a couple of games, so it looked good, I believe, in those relief appearances there. There was just a couple of them, but they moved him to the bullpen there. When Suarez came back, it kind of gave them some extra starting pitching, it felt like. But look, why not? Walker's back in there against the Rockies here. Seems like a fine spot. All right. That's what I was. Okay, Gorky, thank you. Yeah, I was looking at that. I see it here now with Panathinaikos, a 2-point favorite over Fenerbahce, and Olympiacos, a 4.5 favorite over Monaco. Thank you, Gorky. Got that straight. Jerry says it's too high, go under. I don't know, Jerry. It seems like even when they need to get there yesterday, right? It just felt like. And Nuke says it's just too easy, it feels like right now in these games. And Tariq says, look, it's actually moved in the Rockies' favor a little bit. I don't know, maybe because of Walker returning here. I think there really wasn't a solid reason, I don't think, to move Walker to the other than just a traffic jam at the Phillies. Look, these pitchers aren't overwhelming. We did see Nola obviously go to the injured list last week, and then Mike talked about it as well. Talk about depleting the entire pitching anyway with Alvarado out for the PED suspension here. I don't think that's part of it either. If anything, I think it's just a matter of
final.
variance. That's all I can say. Phillies are 25-14 as a run line favorite. It's actually one of the best records of any of the good teams on the run line. Rockies are 7-30. Or let me get it straight. Phillies are 20-19 as a run line favorite. Rockies are 14-31 as a run line underdog. That's what I meant to say. One of the worst. All right. Mikey here. Mikey, he's a big Palmquist fan. He follows Robert says take him at -2.5 and get even money. So look, I mean, sometimes we feel, I don't know, we're never going to feel guilty for winning, right? But and we're not too good to be true type cappers here, right? But you've seen the first two. I mean, it's like it looks very easy out there for the Phillies, right? What did they get? Quick starts, grabbing a couple of runs early, and just getting it done. All right. And let's move on to the next one. Mike says, do you see his AAA numbers for Palmquist? Yeah, well, let's also remember what we've said here also. The Rockies also have the worst AAA team in baseball. I haven't checked in the records in a week or two, but all right, Angels, Coconowitz, Athletics, Sears. The Angels are on fire. They're just totally beating up on these A's right now. The A's, like I said, I may have taken a little bit of credit for their fast start, for at least acknowledging it early on, but right now it's a problem, and the Angels are hot. Now, you do have J.P. Sears, obviously gives the A's probably their best chance here. 3.31 ERA, 233 batting average against, and a 1.1 whip, but not at this price, not for me, not the way the Angels are playing right now, and hitting as well here at plus $1.50 or more. I think this one's even gone up. I'm seeing $1.65, $1.70. I'm not interested in that at all. Not the way the Angels are going. Not that the Angels are turning around, not that they're going to move up the charts and be up there with the other teams in the American League West, but when you're playing the A's here right now, yes, Coconowitz, 4.71 ERAs, 3-5 overall, 1.4 whip, but I'm just not interested at this price, even if with J.P. Sears here. I want the Angels and this winning streak right now, about as good as it gets here with these Angels. Here, yes, they had that winning streak early on, but now you have the Angels with 5 straight wins here. They've gone 5-1 on the road. The A's have lost 7 straight. And let me see what the run line is. Maybe I'll dial it back just a little bit here. Plus 1.5 at -135. I'll take the Angels on the run line. Here, look, I understand there is a distinct advantage at starting pitching for sure in this one. Angels have still lost 8 of their last 12 against the A's overall, but still these A's are struggling, and at home for whatever reason. They're 8-15 at home. We make fun of them a little bit being the homeless team, but they obviously prefer it on the road. And when we try to say, well, maybe all the games won't go over, they're going over. They're still going over in this stadium, 15-8 to the over. The Angels are 24-14 to the over as an underdog. So, yeah, I'm on a lot of unders today, but you're probably going to see this one again on my list of picks, I would imagine, with this total currently at 10.5, and it is shaded here to the under right now. No, I'm sorry, shaded to the over, except at Circa where it's shaded to the under. So I'm whatever. I don't think I could do that. I'd be interested in more overs here with these two right now in this stadium. A's have gone over in 9 of their last 12 games. Angels have gone over in 14 of their last 20. So give me the Angels on the run line tonight. Hey, we got more college baseball. I want to get these to you as quickly as possible for the action today because these games are early on. They've already started in college baseball today. It's always great to get some scores on our board. Here, Cal leads Wake Forest 6-3, top of the fourth inning. Remember what we said there? Maybe you could take Wake, but Cal continues to put the pressure on. Florida International over Kennesaw. 7-2. We talked about that BYU ASU game. Said, hey, go under here. It's a 1-0, top of the third. ODU 1-0 over Troy. That A&M Mississippi State underway. UCLA is about to get underway right now here at the top of the hour, but the steam just came in on Alabama, and this one goes off at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. Alabama is taking the steam here right now. Tennessee was a $2 favorite, but the move is on Alabama here in that SEC matchup. Steam coming in on Alabama. One more in the major leagues. It's the Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers with Dustin May, 4.43 ERA coming into this one for May. He is 1-4 with a 1.2 whip and a 282 batting average. BABIP here. Dodgers are 3-5 with May on the mound. For Arizona, for Corbin Burns, 2.56 ERA, 215 batting average against. He's 3-1. So far this season, the last night it was Dodgers winning 4-3. We had the we had the Diamondbacks there on the run line in this one, but look at this price on the Dodgers again. Kind of that old thing. Was it Mike talking about last night or some other talking heads saying, you know what? Sometimes you say, hey, when you get the Dodgers that cheap, you kind of go with them a little bit, but you got to beat Corbin Burns here. May is up to maybe $1.40 in this one. The total 9/20. There we go. And yesterday's game, though, turned out to be an under here. So let's see what you have in this one with Arizona and the Dodgers tonight. Good game to wrap up our card. The Dodgers have gone over in 11 of their last 13 games at home. Here, both teams, it feels like kind of overs right now, but Arizona's still gone under in 14 of their last 20 games. It's just that they're 13-10 to the over. Dodgers are 17-9 to the over at home, but still a big number with a good pitcher here on the road in May. The numbers may not shake out just yet, but you got to figure May's working on it here a little bit. Let's see what you got in the chat, though, here for the nightcap with the Dodgers and Arizona here. All right, let's take a look. Did I get through these plays here on the last series here? Sancho Stars money line in hockey. Luis was on the A's run line. Jerry said A's first 5. And Tariq says, I'm going to try the Angels in a sweep. Jerry likes Sears here. I said in Mikey's chat last week, I was always a Montgomery Ward's kind of guy. Montgomery Ward, Monkey Ward. There, Sears had the craftsman tools, though. Luis is on the over. Jerry says he likes UCLA and New Mexico in the Mountain West championship game. Jerry said New Mexico. Look at that matchup here against San Jose. Mountain West, I said champ. You know what I mean. Their Mountain West game. I think it's a championship there, but okay. A 9 legacy Dodgers run line. Jerry says Diamondbacks money line. May's a bum. Is he a bum, Jerry, or is he just still working? Is he working his way back? Look, I mean, May's had great career numbers. It's just that he's had big time arm problems there. So I would think he could work back in, or maybe he's toast. Dodgers over here for Tariq. And let's see here. Fernando maybe leaning to the under. I'm going to take the under as well. I think we've got a good pitching matchup here. And after yesterday's under, I'm going to take the under here as my play to wrap up the baseball on the morning steam show. And we've got WNBA still to come here tonight. And you got the Wings taking on the Lynx. Here, this sounds like a barbecue. Well, different kind of Lynx. And I think they're different kind of wings. Did anybody research the Dallas Wings nickname when they... All right, I won't go there. All right, Dallas comes in 0-2, 0-2 against the spread. Minnesota 2-0, 2-0 against the spread. Dallas with losses to Seattle and Minnesota at home so far. So far, not so good for Dallas and this Paige Becker's rookie season here. Dallas kind of revamped everything a little bit here to get the season started. So there are some questions with this Dallas team right now coming in because of this revamped roster and trying to get their star rookie going, who's looked pretty good, I think, so far. Now, these two teams have already played. Minnesota won it 99-84 to cover 4.5 points on the road. Collier had 34. Courtney Williams had 25 in that one. So what do you have here? Are you going to play this one, Dallas and Minnesota? I'm going to try Dallas and figure that maybe with look, Minnesota's stock is going to be about as high as it can get. In fact, the line is up to 12 here, I believe. Yeah, 12, and it's down to it's down to 167.5. Look, the Wings are not it doesn't feel like they're a very good defensive team at all. It feels like they're going to try to, I don't want to say outscore because they can't outscore yet. But look, it was 99-84 in the first game. Now, I don't know if we're going to get 180 points here in this one, but does feel like with Dallas on the road, it's going to be even tougher. Now, maybe Minnesota, maybe there'll be some complacency here. They win their wins. Their other win was over the LA Sparks in a pretty convincing game here. So I'm just going to try Dallas getting 12 points here in this one with the Stars and the Lynx here today. Let me know if you like anything in the W. This 3-game card here on Wednesday. Lineup. Dallas, going back to last season, has lost 11 straight games as an underdog here. So, all right, Minnesota, let's see, they've covered them both. Let me look at the total a little bit here and see. Like I said, it does feel like, Minnesota is not going to have much of a problem, so they maybe won't need to be as tough defensively or aggressive defensively. Haven't already seen them win that first game. Both teams are 1-1 to the over-under so far. This is Dallas's first road game, Minnesota's first home game here, so... All right, let's see here. Anything here with Robert liking the under in this one? 9 Legacy says 9 Legacy will take Dallas too. Jerry says total seems short, doesn't it? It's only going down here, right? I mean, come on. Minnesota almost put up 100 on the road last time. So maybe the thinking is that they can shut down Dallas. The widely reported steam came on the over, but that still didn't really move. In fact, it's gone down. 167.5. So public is heavy on the under apparently in this one, which is maybe surprising. I'd say public early bettors, which are probably going to be more sharper bettors anyways. All right, I'm taking Dallas here. In the WNBA, I'm kind of the type that we might have some bad teams. I don't know if Dallas is necessarily. I said that I thought Dallas would be a team that could dramatically improve as the season kind of went along, even if they weren't up to speed just yet. I would think with the Rike here, and Hines Allen and Becker's learning here on the job, and Carrington as well. Maybe they're a little thin depth-wise in this game. You would think Courtney Williams could light up Paige Beckers, I think, here in this game. Katie Samuelson also maybe ticketed for a good game, but I do think. Let me see. I thought there was some injuries here. Let me take a look at the injury report. I think Minnesota actually. McBride's still not ready to go. It looks like, and Alana Smith is probable here right now. I thought she was a game time decision, but she's probably good to go after missing that first game. She did come back with 18 points, so she's going to be in there for sure. Okay, next up, got the Sparks taking on the Mercury here in this one, with Phoenix favored by 2.5, and the total 163 here in this one with the Sparks. Coming in here, they're 1-1. They beat the Valkyries in their first game there so far, and they did lose in their second game here. Let me see. They lost to Minnesota 89-75. We mentioned that game. We didn't give the score there, but they did lose to Minnesota, failed to cover the spread as an 8-point dog and a 14-point loss. It did stay under by a point there. LA is 0-2 to the under so far. Phoenix is 0-1 to the under following their following their blowout win of Seattle. 81-59 behind Sabali, 27 points. Alyssa Thomas had 20 points in that one. Let's take a look here. I think for the injury report, Rakia Jackson, she's out right now. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. Alamon is probable in this game. Kalia Copper still going to miss. So, look, they were able to get it done with her out of the lineup last game. So, Phoenix there, that was a real big surprise to some people. They were able to come in and blow out this Dallas team. But look, could it be that maybe Phoenix is going to be better than anticipated? Now, look, tough to say, right? But you still got Setu Sabali. I mentioned her 27 points, and Alyssa Thomas. It's just that you wonder where else they can get the scoring from, right? They just don't have as many top-notch players. But again, the Sparks are, look, Odyssey Sims was out of the league last year before she got picked up and brought in here. Now, look, she can perform, but she had just 2 points last game on 1 for 9 shooting. She had 7 points. We know that her, she's a facilitator out there, but just 3 assists last game. Now, Kelsey Plum, that probably is going to attract a lot of attention here, certainly with the start that she had, the 37 points in the opener, followed it up with 18 in the loss against Minnesota. So I think that's what people are looking for, and I'm looking for. I hope that she does come on a little bit here. I'm going to take the under in this one, LA and Phoenix. I think I'm just going to go with the under as my pick here in this one. Like I said, all 3 games for these teams have gone under this year so far. Phoenix obviously holding Seattle to 59 points. I don't know. Maybe they're probably not going to do that to LA, but LA, remember, they've been not that good over the last couple of seasons. And look, just because they have Plum, remember, they've exchanged Plum for some other, for some other players. So beyond that, you have De'Erica Hamby, you have Azura Stevens, obviously, off that big game, 21 points in the loss to Minnesota. I'm going to take the under here. I think the total is down to 161, so maybe that indicates I might be thinking the same way as the Sharps here. And let me fix the line, by the way. You guys are probably yelling and screaming at me here. The Mercury, are they really a 6-point favorite now? Oh my gosh, this one has totally gotten away. I didn't even notice that here. That is a big move on Phoenix, actually. Okay, well, I'm on the under, but there's definitely been a pretty big move there to Phoenix all the way up to 6 here right now, open 2.5. A lot of books that open the lines late did open at 5.5. So you can even call it 5.5 here right now. But I think I was ready to give out Phoenix here at 2.5. But when I saw that 6, I had to back off, and I'll go with the total under. And I'll have to go reevaluate here before we get to it. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry, Sancho, I did miss that one. I guess I think Jerry. Jerry, could it be that Copper? I don't think she can. I don't think she was any chance of making this lineup. Right? She just had knee. She's got a knee. She's out. I mean, she's out. So I don't know about what the deal is with this line, but this is probably going to swing me all the way to the other side here. Possibly. I don't think at 2.5, I was all about the Mercury. At 6, I'm probably all about the Sparks. But let me take the under because I'm going to need to look at this one again. All right, let's go to the late game here right now with the Mystics. Taking on the Valkyries. The Mystics on the road here at 5.5. The total, 162. Or so in this one for Washington. Wins over Atlanta and Connecticut coming into this one. Hold on here real quick. I think we got a little bit more steam coming in right now in college baseball. I promise to get these to you so you can have some action here if you want to play them. Texas Tech and Cincinnati, we're seeing some steam here to the under in that college baseball game. I believe this one goes off at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Texas Tech and Cincinnati, total under here 11. You can still get the under 11 if you hurry, but this one's going to be heading lower to 10.5 or so. Oh, man. Danielle's going to end up beating Emma here. Oh, boy. All right, I never go against my favorite player. What am I doing? All right. For the Valkyries here, they got blown out by LA in their franchise debut. Did not have a great performance there in this one. And look, I think this is a tough matchup too, right? Washington coming in. Maybe they're a bit of a surprise there with the home win over Atlanta and then the road win over Connecticut. They look pretty convincing over Connecticut. They did cover the spread, laying 3.5, a 90-85 win. They covered as an 8-point dog in Atlanta, or at home against Atlanta. So Washington's been a nice surprise here so far this season. And look, I think if you looked at their starting lineup, it's an interesting lineup here. Brittany Sykes obviously is leading this team. She had 27 points in that win over Connecticut. Got Sonia Citron here also on this ball club, and you got Stephanie Dolson as well. So Washington's done a nice job. Could this be the spot for the Valkyries here today? I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one at 161.5 here. Washington went over in both of those games. I look for a better offensive performance from Golden State in their second game. I mean, they only scored 67 or 67 points in that first game, losing to LA by 17. So give me the over here in this one with Washington and the Golden State Valkyries. What a lovely name. Here we go with, let's see here. Jerry says, lay it with the Mystics. Sancho says, we got a great tennis match going on here with Zverev and Muller. Mystics for 9 Legacy, and thank you to Grandpa Ernie. Really great to have you here today. Thank you for being there. Says he's on the Cubs run line, he's on the Brewers run line, going against the Wings. And going to lay the wood with the Mystics, if you know what I mean. Nine Legacy says Mystics might be better than everyone had them. Robert likes the over with me, and Nine Legacy says the Valkyries will go 10-31 this season, or 10-32, whatever it is. All right, I guess that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. Make sure you join me. There's plenty of action today. And if you like college baseball and you like college baseball picks, then why not subscribe to my picks over at winnable.com? It's just 56 cents a day when you sign up for 1 month at $19.95. Use the promo code STEAM at checkout, and that'll get you down to about $16.50 or something like that. And you'll get more plays from me, including Major League Baseball here as well, and college baseball today, some WNBA also here. Look, you get most of my picks in the college and in the NBA and NHL on the shows. I've kind of been not putting those in as premiums very often here in the playoffs. I'm on the air just giving them out like they're free. So they are free, and hopefully you're rolling along with me a little bit in some of these plays, but I really appreciate you joining me here on the show. And if you like what you see with me, why not go ahead and at least sign up to the free subscriptions over there at winnable.com. I send out some packages there every day also to the free subscribers when you subscribe at winnable.com. These are my sports money premium picks here. And I want to make sure that, hey, I'm here in the morning, but there's some late breaking news. There's some more plays out there, and I love to give out plays for days. Here, there's been some criticism out there, people giving out too many plays. You can't give out too many plays. I'm a volume player. That's what I do here. That's how I make it happen. I'm about the volume here. You're not going to get just a couple of plays from me. So go on over and check out that free subscription there. You get free plays from me every day when you subscribe right there too. You just hit it, subscribe it, and then you go on over there, get signed up. You can put on your notifications. Look, 222 subscribers we have to those free picks. I'm pretty satisfied with you guys there, and hopefully it's all of you guys that are getting those picks. I think we had some good tennis plays here so far today. We've had a few wins, a couple of losses, but all right, that's going to do it for the show here. Make sure you join Mikey Money today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for our pre-gaming. We get you ready for the primetime action tonight, and he'll be along there. And don't forget, we also have our golf preview with Mikey and Jeff here for this week's stop. Steam coming in as we get out the door here with Detroit and St. Louis, Herder and Palante. Steam to the over. It was, what did I say, 8.5 when we were doing the preview here right now? Well, it's 9 under 20 at Circa, the leading indicator here in Las Vegas. We've seen that lineup come out too. Maybe that, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, just a subtle move. Maybe it has more to do with Herder and the Tigers here and how they're going to go about their business today. But all right, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in every day and spending some time with me here. Let's see here. Tigers, Carpenter, Malloy, McKinstry, Green, Torkelson, Keith, Dingler, Sweeney, and Baez. Cardinals, Wynn, Donovan, Contreras, Herrera, Burleson, Arenado, Gorman, Walker, and Scott there for the Cards. And that strong lineup so far. And look at Herrera. He's got that 439 batting average. We talked about how hot he was. That's pretty good. I said 400. He's 439. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow morning Steam. I'll have also go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to send out those golf picks tonight. Those are in the free picks tonight. So get signed up if you're not already. You get my golf picks for tomorrow. Probably anywhere from 5 to 6 hours minimum before the round even starts. So, all right, that's going to do it for the show and for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice with my play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.